The core of Royal Canin is the biggest reason why we decided finally to launch this application, Royal Canin Club in Malaysia, because we truly believe that every single cat and dog is different, with the different habits, with the different behaviors, different weight, different age, sometimes unfortunately different health issues and problems and so on and so forth. Therefore, the precise health nutrition, which is the obsession of Royal Canin, and where we're professionals with more than 50 years investments in this specific area, we believe we have to provide the precise nutrition which must be different to different cats and different dogs. We have put a lot of efforts to educate properly and to give all the knowledge to our pet owners, pet parents, we call them pet parents, as an end consumers, and still we are connected to the majority of the pet population in our country. Therefore, this specific application, because keeping in mind the digitalization of our world, right, the penetration of mobile phones, which is the easiest penetration, we can easily connect to the minds and hearts of the pet parents across the country, in Peninsular Malaysia, in East Malaysia, and giving them all the important information about how and what to feed to their pets. It's a kitten, it's an adult cat, it's an adult dog. It's a dog with skin problems, it's a dog with digestive problems, and so on and so forth. A lot of things that can be easily connected to the education of our pet owners. I was a new pet owner when I was, I think, 14 years old. And I simply adopted a kitten from my yard. And at that time, not even mobile phones are there, right? So many years ago. And therefore, the biggest mistakes you start to do right from the moment, to give them a food from your table, like simple human food, which is absolutely not proper for the kitten feeding purposes. And then with the growing ages, when your kitten become 1 year, 2 years, and so on and so forth, are you changing the habits? Most probably no. Therefore, the top mistakes you are doing, you're not feeding properly in terms of the age. You are not controlling the health of the pet, because simple example of Malaysia, still imagine 60% of the cats never visiting the clinics, never. They don't know, they don't have this information, what kind of problems potentially this cat can have. And the third thing, of course, is just the simply different breed even need to have different nutrition purposes because of the different everything. And therefore, that's it. So age of your pet is important. Health conditions of your pet are very important. And finally, the breed sometimes is very important as well. First of all, it will be useful, I believe, even for those people who are still simply considering to have a pet. They are not the pet owners at all, but they are considering to have a pet, because we have the information to give them what to be ready for with this specific decision they are going to make a bit later on. And the second thing, in the current digital environment, as I mentioned before, there are so many information in the internet. Right? Because currently people having a pet, for example, and thinking, wow, what should I do? Then normally they will go to the internet trying to search what kind of food I have to use, or what to do to have a proper habits to go into the toilet in my home, like if it's a small dog, because this was a problem for me, right? How to teach my dog to do it, to make it happen. But a lot of information is really, I would say, artificial or improper, or sometimes really different in different sources of the information. With the Royal Canin application, with the easy click, you can have all the information in one place without any consideration of going different sites and spending hours, sometimes hours, right, trying to find the new information. What we are trying to do is not only to give the proper knowledge to our pet owners, we have to give the proper knowledge to our pet partners, I would say, as well. And the second big purpose is really to connect the dots between giving the knowledge about how to feed your pet, but where to purchase the specific food, we are finally defined too. And therefore, easily, because all pet owners, I'm pretty sure, they know the surrounding, right, around the area where they're living. You can easily just connect to the pet shops in your area, come to them, and just to connect the dots. For example, with giving us the information in the profile of your pet, you can collect the free gift set from the nearest pet shop while participating with the Royal Canin Club as well. And that's a big purpose behind. Well, okay, first of all, you have to decide what kind of pet you want and why. Because there are so many, really, as you said me in the beginning, right, cat obsessed people or dog owners, which are really precisely want to have a dog. Then what is really important is to understand what kind of breed you want to purchase, because the three biggest situations when people get the new pet is really recommendation from the friends, or getting the stray, or getting it from the breeder. And we believe that, for example, we have so many mixed breed pets, let me say it like this, in Malaysia. They are pets as well, right? and you have to think carefully of what kind of food you have to give to them, even if it's not specific breed. So my tip will be absolutely aware why you want to have this specific type of pet. Then consider the things on where you are in terms of the journey with your pet. Is it already adult, or is it like in the beginning of his life or her life? And therefore, what kind of food, what kind of nutrition you have to give to them. And finally, of course, consider to visit the vet as soon as you can, because this is the beginning of the journey. The earlier you will know the conditions of your pet in a very precise way, the better for you as a pet owner to understand what kind of elements of nutrition you have to obligate to give to them.